we have a look at what we've done so far, we've got each of our components, so our 3 potentiometers, each with a soldered end and heat shrunk on there. So we can see we've got a 5 volt and a ground on each side with a coloured wire in the middle. So you can see each of our potentiometers have that, and our buttons just have two colours coming out. They don't matter which ones they go at the moment. And if we have a look at what's happened with our back, so we've populated our components that we have, we've got them all in the right way, particularly checking that the diode and the 7805 voltage regulator are in the right way. So if you have a look, we've got the little dash at the back which shows us where the metal heat shrink there, or the metal heat plate sink goes there. And the LED we want to make sure is the right way, that we've got the long leg and as the positive, and then the short one with the little flat spot going towards the ground. So they're all in place. So I place those in and then bend the legs across. So just sort of bend them out, so that then when I go to solder, I add the heat to both. So I'm touching the plate as well as the leg, add some solder until they sort of suck in. What we want to make sure at the end here, so if you have a look at how mine have turned out, now they're not brilliant solders at the moment, but you can see that none of them are touching each other. The 7805 in the middle there is close, but what we can do and check those is we use our multimeter. So what the multimeter allows us to do is we set it up in the middle there, and then we go through until we get the option that looks like that, so that when we have our two probes and we touch them together, it will beep at us. Alright, so what I want to do is I just want to check that there's any of the continuity that needs to be there is there. So I should be able to touch these guys together and I shouldn't get anything. Okay, so as I go through, there's certain ones that I don't want to see, so each of those shouldn't be touching, so I may need to check that one, because that sounds like it's not doing what it's supposed to. So that one there is one that I need to check. I might go and reheat that one and check that one. But otherwise, what we should be able to see is, if we look at the front again, we've got our cables that are going to go out of the controller, and we've got our signals that are going to be coming through from each of our components. So here's our 2 switches, and then our 3 potentiometers are there. So if I go to this one here, that's my automation. He connects there. That one goes to 5 volt. This one here goes to JAWS. That one there goes to ground. Okay, so I can go through and check each of those as I go. That's my signal for the in-out. It's there, up and down, rotate, and then the ground should go through for each of those as well. So I'm able to go through and just make sure I've got connections correctly before I start going. So the next step that I'm going to do, and I'm not going to show this on film, but I'm going to show you one of them, is I need to be able to get all these into the inputs down that bottom rail. So if I have a look, the first one I'm going to look at is my switch over here. Okay, so my automation I'm going to have on the right. It doesn't really matter at this point, but I'm going to use these ones. So they need to go over to those ends there. So I could leave them long, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to trim them down a little bit so that I don't have excess wires. And then I'm going to take off about 5 mils of each end. So they're there, give them a little twist so that when I put them through, they will sit there nicely, and then on the back there, I'm just going to bend them over so they kind of stay there. So push those through, make sure they're twisted, and then give it a little bend over. So then when I bring it over to the front, I've got those 2 wires coming through. I'll be able to then solder those in place and then follow and do the next one. So that's the process we're going to follow. I'm going to pause that and then I'll come back to you once I've got that done and ready to go. Alright, so picking up back where we started here, you can see now I've got each of those wires gone in their groups. I checked that I made sure I had each of the positive and net grounds for each of these set up right. The way that we set these two up shouldn't matter. So now we've got each of those through, and the last thing I want to be able to do is then clean these up, because you can see obviously those wires we do not want to be connecting across through there. So I will do that after, and I'm going to clean those up. And then what I'll need to do as the next step is I need to get a wire for each of these coming out. So notice that we've got the VCC in, so that's going to come directly from the battery so that we can utilize our power switch to isolate the power for the entire circuit. We'll then have power going back through here to the 5 volt and the VCC back out through here. Ground needs to be the black, and then what I would do is for each of these ones I would use the same color wire that we did over here. So when I pick up in the next video with you, we're going to have all of those connected. We are going to make sure that we've got none of the solders that I need to check a couple of mine to make sure that there's no cross soldering, and clean up all the little cut-offs, and we'll pick up from there.